welcome to another episode of Hop Along Games.
Couch co-op.
Couch co-op.
Yes.
Where are we right now?
Oh, where are we right now?
So I'm going to say that we're in a smoking room.
We're in a smoking room.
That's right.
Okay. You know, secondhand isn't so good for us.
Well, that's also true.
Now we're
Surgeon General doesn't recommend secondhand smoking.
Now we're at a concert.
Oh, heck.
I don't know what to do with my hands anymore.
With this glass drink at a concert.
I'm gonna put
right?
I'm gonna put like the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
Please do. They're on tour right now.
Are they?
Actually. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah. That's yeah.
And now we're on the bridge of the Starship Enterprise.
Oh.
What do I do? Just sit down.
Beat me up.
Captain,
Beep boop boop.
I'm giving her all she's got.
What are they? Photon torpedoes?
Yeah, make it so.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. My name is Aggro. This is
Kirrok.
And this is
Macleaniac.
excellent, and we are so thrilled to have you. Let's get started.
Yeah.
Let's video.
Let's video. This is how we do things. So last week,
What are we drinking?
what are we drinking? Good call.
Kirrok and I are drinking the Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
And you know what happens when we drink the Maker's Mark is we get chatty.
What happens? I black out. Like,
We get
what do you do when I'm blacked out?
We finish the episode without you.
Oh.
And we have our best comedic moments.
Cheers.
Also, we draw dicks. Yeah, that's where those came from.
So I'm the designated driver tonight. So I'm having what may as well be a non-alcoholic cider, Molson Canadian cider. It says it's 5%. I don't buy it. It tastes. It doesn't taste good. It's not good. It honestly, it tastes like malt liquor flavored with a little bit of apple.
Old English with a tomato in it.
Yeah, it's not good. I'm sorry, Molson Canadian. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. It's gross.
Step your game up.
Yeah,
It's so gross. Some might say it could make you sick.
Oh God, I think I have to drink. Oh God,
that?
please hold this.
God.
Oh God,
Please
oh
don't
God,
barf.
oh God.
Oh my God.
A little higher.
Yeah, and again, still barking. Seriously, she's still going. Molson, you should be ashamed of yourself. She's just...
Someone at Molson is watching
Yeah,
this.
I know. They're just like...
But wait, this is how we get all our topics.
Yeah, they just barf them up.
Oh look, I got a question or a topic that we are going to discuss.
Who knew?
Awesome.
Oh God.
No one expected that.
Excuse me. Somebody hold. None of you held my hair back. Let me just point that out.
It happened so fast.
Oh. Okay. Oh, now I feel a little sick.
And we're back.
No,
we're back.
You're good.
All right. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
Best game based on a movie. Go.
Oh! It's so easy to think of it the other way now, because there are some good games that have become movies, but what started... Oh, I have my answer. I'm not going to start, though. Someone else can start.
The other way around? Best game based on a movie.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I got one.
Okay.
And it's it goes back to PS1 days, the very first PSX or
Hit
version.
me.
Die Hard Trilogy.
Ooh.
Oh.
I played that game, and I played quite a bit of that game, and it was fantastic. It had a storyline. It was challenging. It was fun. You walked around as McClane, John McClane, and killed enemies, and you were fighting in like garages and buildings, across buildings. It was pretty cool. But the thing about it was the fact that I have not too long ago, but not very far long ago. Oh God, I'm already drunk.
Yes. Smash that like button if you want to see Kirrok.
I watched some footage of it. Okay, recently.
Yeah.
Or not very recently, but recently. And I looked at it and I went, "This was that game." in my head, this game was fantastic. It looked amazing. It was the most realistic game there was. And it's like nothing but polygons and blocks.
But isn't that everything from that era? Like, you think of like GoldenEye for N64, and that game was the shit.
I never played it. Did they make one for GameCube?
No.
No? Because
No,
I
as far as I know.
resurrected mine. I'll show you later.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, that one there was a game that came well after the movies because it's the trilogy, and the game was Die Hard Trilogy if I am correct, and it was great. It was such a fun game on the PlayStation 1. I loved it. But it looked a little. Now that I go back to it, it looked a little dated. You know.
Well, they can see that.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's right there.
Look how dated that shit looks.
All right, I've got one.
All right.
It is a contender. This game is a contender, not just for me, but for the world. Is a contender for greatest game of all time. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, based on a movie.
So the movie came first.
Movie came first.
And then the game came after.
Super Nintendo. The Lion King.
Oh.
That game.
I hate that game.
No,
I never played it.
Listen, you hate it because you suck at it. That's why.
I don't even know what the game's about. What do you do?
So I will tell you, it's 10 levels. Okay, you watched The Lion King.
Yes, I watched The Lion
Okay.
King, but
So-
who knows if I remember any of it?
So
Those brain cells died like some months ago.
lay off the maker's mark, buddy. So that game is 10 levels of pure joy, okay? And and some hardships, because Lord knows it was frustrating. But it was 10 levels, and it follows the movie actually pretty well. It follows Simba from a young cub, all the way to kicking the shit out of Scar when he's an adult. And kind of everything, listen, this game is 20 fucking years old. You know what? If you don't know what happened in the movie, guys, Lion King came out 23 years ago. Let's just take a moment. But that game, I played it so much when I was a kid that I was able to you're going to be pissed off when you hear this, I was able to beat the game without dying once. Oh. I think I have to do like speed runs of this game. Because it was just like, I knew where everything was, I knew all the rotations, I played this game so much.
Is it a side scroller?
It's a side scroller, it's 100% a side scroller.
I call bullshit. That game's impossible.
Well, why? Because you played it?
That game is impossible.
Look, just because you suck at it doesn't mean it's a bad game or not playable.
You drive me to drink.
No, okay. So I'm lying about beating the game without deaths, but I could get halfway through level 10 without dying.
I don't know what level 10 was. Is that the Stampede?
No, that was level 4.
Wow, you even know them.
I know them. I know level 4 or 5. I'm pretty sure it was level 4. Also, but you learn where all the gazelles are, and like literally it was just muscle memory at that point. It was going back and forth and back and forth. I played that game. I think I put more hours into that game than World of Warcraft.
What?
Wait, okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but definitely more than like. I would probably say I probably put 200 or 300 hours into that game.
Wow.
That
was on what
I know, for Super Nintendo.
You're such a masochist. Like, no one... How much do you have to hate yourself to play that game that much? It's so hard.
I love Lion King.
Yes,
I love the movie. I love the game.
I love the movie too.
Well, look, you keep saying...
I'm getting called out big time.
Just because you weren't good at it. I just have a natural talent for Lion King type games. There was literally one.
Yeah, she's just good at that one game.
Yeah.
Have you played it with him or no? Like
Have you ever played on an emulator or anything?
No, it's a one-player game. But
together as
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm actually afraid to go back and play it, to be honest with you. Because I don't think
it'll defeat you.
I don't think I can get to level 10 again without dying.
Like this video, if you want to see Aggro stream some Lion King no-death speedruns.
Okay. I'm gonna need a little bit of practice, but
it can be done.
And a controller. I need a controller. I can't do it on a keyboard.
But honestly, if there's no likes, this isn't happening.
All right.
It's fueled by your love.
Best game based on a movie. Guys, we can move on to the next topic because that's just...
No way, it's him. He's...
It doesn't matter. It's the best game based on a movie.
No, Macleaniac's got to go.
All right.
I have 2 answers.
Of course you do.
One is the main one, but I gotta give an honorable mention.
Okay.
I have to. I absolutely have to. And I want to mention the other one first, but the other one I think is just such a better answer, and I think it'll resonate more. So I'm gonna say GoldenEye.
Oh,
Based on the James Bond series, that game is legendary.
N64.
N64.
See,
You missed out, buddy.
honestly-
I kick
game
myself because everybody I
was-
know says that game's amazing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It had a great campaign,
Yep.
decent length, very challenging,
And
replayable. The multiplayer on the facility specifically, smash that like button if you've ever played Facility GoldenEye, hiding in the stalls and doing that trick where you spin on the toilet and it puts you up into the vent and hiding out in the vents. You know what I'm talking about.
I think
Someone
he made-
knows what I'm talking
I
about.
think he made it up.
Smash that like button if you want to see me do that in my next stream.
I might buy an N64 just to play that
Come
game.
over.
It's
We have-
dated
I
though.
have-
The problem
that's-
is you're
yeah.
looking at it right now. It's dated.
Yeah.
Like
So it's the
literally their
same
faces-
feeling I had with the PS4.
Yeah,
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
feel, and I hate to say this, but I feel like you missed the boat on that one. It
Yeah.
might be too late.
Yeah.
It might be. But that
They
game,
need to-
legendary.
Can we put a petition into Nintendo to re-release it on the
Like
Switch?
our
Well,
remaster.
they made
Yeah.
they made a remaster. Someone, even independently, made a
Really?
remastered,
like a modded version?
textured, like all with HD textures. I think I'm gonna find out more. I'm gonna bring it up in a future episode. Honorable mention though, and this has to be said, and this one's a bit more niche. I almost chose it as my main.
Okay.
The video game for True Lies, and if you remember the movie of True Lies,
I remember
was,
the movie.
Was it Arnold
Arnold
Schwarzenegger?
Schwarzenegger, yeah.
So the video game was this top-down shooter, but it was just way too good for A, the movie it represented, and B, being a movie based on a video game. Like, this was fully just a cash grab based off the marketing of the movie, but it turned out to be so good. It was violent. It was really satisfying. It had great minute-to-minute gameplay. True Lies.
Was the movie based on the game, or the game was based on the movie?
The game was based on the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
The movie came out, and the game was just an afterthought to tie into all the marketing they did. But it was awesome.
a good game.
What a great game!
It's interesting how a lot of times games that come from movies do better than movies that come from games.
Yeah.
It's amazing, eh?
Yeah, there's a couple movies that have come from games that
Which
are just
one?
shameful.
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers?
Oh, dude,
Oh,
that movie
that
was
was 93.
fucking great.
90.
That movie
No,
was
they're
one of
redoing-
my
They're doing an
favorites.
animated series.
With the Goombas, like
Yeah.
with the little heads and the big
Who was it?
bodies.
Like John Hopkins and...
It was, what's his face, the one that's never typecast. What is his name? Good, Oldman. Gary Oldman's in it.
Gary Oldman.
Gary
Yeah.
Oldman's in it?
Gary
Seriously?
Oldman's in
Oh
it.
my
What a
god.
bad movie.
Oh, it's so
John
good.
Leguizamo
Wait,
in that?
which
I don't
movie is
know.
this?
I don't know.
The
Super
Super
Mario
Mario
Brothers movie.
The 93 movie, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
it was
Like they're wearing
1993.
these big metal boots, and that's how they
I
jump
love
so
it.
high. Like not even like they're not even Italian. Like they just just forget it.
Oh, that movie's great. There's
terrible.
something wrong with you.
Terrible.
I don't know. I didn't see it. So
I don't know what timeline this
spared
is,
myself
but it
that.
must be the darkest
Agony.
timeline.
So good. So good. What other movie? Okay, maybe we should move on to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you wanna or?
You want me to throw up, or are you gonna throw up?
No, I'm not gonna throw up.
I haven't had it on to us.
Come on, let's
You
be
think they're
adults,
onto
guys.
us?
I'm not gonna throw up.
There's still throw up in there
know
from
which
all
you-
the other
which you wanna
times.
look at, 'cause I
Yeah.
was actually looking and picking.
Don't do that.
Don't look big.
That's cheating. Don't cheat.
Yeah. This guy's
Nobody
a
likes a
cheater. What is
cheater.
this? The Game Genie?
Best party game.
Okay.
Best party game.
Best
Oh,
party game.
yes!
That's a tough one.
I know.
Is it?
I got it.
Well, I guess there's so many good options. Go ahead.
There's a whole bunch, but this
Yeah.
one is great, and I have it, and it's actually playable on. It's through Steam. It's playable
Oh, I
on your
know this.
computer
Yes.
or in VR,
Okay.
and it is called "Everybody Talks, Nobody Explodes." or
Yes.
something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it is so good.
It's fun.
So the way you play it is, it's a group game. So you would have one person who is designated as the bomb diffuser. So you get a bomb placed in front of you, and then the rest of the people, 3, 4, 5 people, however many, they access a PDF you get online from their website that is a manual on how to defuse the bomb.
Okay.
So if you're playing with computers only, then you would have either an iPad or another computer or a printout of the manual, and that would be given to the 3 or 4 people. And then you would have one computer that actually brings up the bomb, and that's given to the one person who's the diffuser. So the diffuser cannot see the manual, and the people who have the manual cannot show the manual to the diffuser.
Have you played this?
And
I know of it.
So a bomb comes up, and you as the diffuser, you have to describe, okay, I see this red wire going into this left quadrant, whatever. There are these green numbers, and they're saying this number, the 8, 9, 7, and then you guys have to flip through the manual looking for what I've just described, and tell me the procedure to disarm that segment of the bomb. And it's like
stressful.
It's amazing, and there's like depending on the level of complexity or the difficulty, there's like 6 sections or 6 segments or 5 segments or 4 segments, and you have to defuse every segment to defuse the main bomb, and then you win. Obviously, if you screw up or your time runs out and it blows up, game's over.
How often do you actually defuse the bomb? Is it
you
rare?
can do it. No, it's not rare.
Okay.
If you got a good combination of people who know how to describe, then you can do it.
Okay,
and they give you enough time.
There's also levels of difficulty.
Okay.
There's like beginner, there's intermediate and advanced. And when you look at the advanced instructions to defuse this bomb,
oh god, okay. I think we probably played it on beginner.
Yeah,
we played it once ever, and it was a fantastic
It's so
game.
much fun. It's so good.
Party game, it's a great game.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Okay.
What's your favorite party game?
My favorite, is the question my favorite or the best?
The best.
The best.
So like,
That
it's not my favorite, but it's the best.
Okay, what's the best?
Well, I want to pick my favorite. Yeah. No, hey, I love my favorite so much that I'm going to say it's the best. You can argue with me if you want.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Super Smash Bros.
Oh.
Is that what you're going to pick?
Yes.
Holy shit.
That game is boss.
Super Smash Bros. Is a ton of fun because it's really easy to pick up. You can jump right in. All your favorite characters are there. It's like Heroes of the Storm, the way they reuse every character from the Blizzard franchises into a different game. This is a beat 'em up in a very large level with all your favorite
Characters
Nintendo characters. So you got characters from Fire Emblem, the Kirby series, Super Mario Brothers. You've got Link and Princess Zelda. Who else you got? There's so
you also
many
have
different
like the
people.
little dot guy from like the original handheld
Oh,
arcade
yeah,
game. Do you
yeah.
remember I don't remember what he's called.
Mr. Hand or something weird. Yeah, like it's very referential. It's a very light game. Like even if you've never played a game of this type, you can play. You just mash buttons and you might win. It's all about building up damage on a character and then taking a big swing at them to send them right off the screen, and they explode if they touch the edges of the screen.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's a ton of fun. It's had some pretty good luck in the or pretty good coverage in like the semi-pro circuit. Like there's a lot of videos online of people competing in tournaments and whatnot.
Right.
People take it very seriously. There's a lot of great rage quits from from Super Smash
I've
Bros.
seen
games.
it. It's not really what I'm after. In fact, I think I played it with a friend one time, and I just didn't have the ability.
You just have to mash
couldn't.
buttons.
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
Can't
There's
win them all.
there's no online gameplay. That's just local, as
Yeah.
far as I know.
But that's true. As a party game, I would agree it is a fun
Yeah.
game because people,
You pick a character that is you recognize immediately, and then you jump into arena and beat people up with them.
It's the
It's
best.
great.
What
Yeah,
else do you
it's
want to do with your friends?
Very low price of admission, tons of fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, shit. That was what I was going to say.
Okay.
Because Super Smash Brothers, when did it come out? It came out on, I think GameCube was the first one. Or N64. I think it was GameCube.
It was on GameCube.
It was GameCube. Yeah.
I think that was the first one. And there's been at least a couple, 2 or 3 iterations since then.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great game. It really is a great game. So I'm thinking of a different game that is available as well. And of course I go directly to Nintendo. Now there are other great games, but like in terms of the best one that you can kind of pick up, and it's like you said, low entry. It's not a huge commitment. Mario Party. Mario Party is pretty good too. Mario Party has a bunch of
No.
you choose how many people you're playing with, and you have a bunch of like little mini games that you play together.
Okay.
So you might have like there was a Wii version where you had to like whack them, and then you have like tennis and golf and like little tiny mini games that don't take longer than maybe 3, 4, or 5 minutes at a time.
Okay.
And then the winner of that gets to move their pieces, if I recall correctly. And then you get stars or coins.
I might have actually played this.
But none of that
It's fun.
Yeah, but none of that actually makes a difference because at the very end, somebody else could win. Like,
Did they have it on
just for
Wii
shits
U?
and giggles. I believe, yeah.
Then I think I played it as well. There's like a big maze area, and you're supposed to catch one guy, and 2 other people try and catch up to him or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So Mario Party is a great one where like you can get into it half. You don't have to necessarily commit to the full game. You just have to play a few little mini games. I do prefer Super Smash Brothers for that because you can literally go in and play a match, or I think it's like out of 3 or whatever. But you play a couple games and then you're done. Whereas Mario Party does have, it can have a little bit longer of a commitment because you have to kind of play through. But if you don't, it's not a big deal either, right?
But it lasts about the same. It's based on like a board game setup, and you're trying to move around, so it lasts about the same length of time as a board game.
Okay.
But I feel like it was probably one of the first games that was a game built up entirely of mini games.
Okay.
Like I feel like no other game had done that before. It was always that the game was this, and maybe there was mini games in it, but this game is just a whole bunch of mini games. It's literally, they might as well be games of their own that you play that just happen in a really short amount of time.
Well, there was another game, speaking of little mini games, I was just thinking, I don't think it was the first one. I think there are other games that have mini games. I think this was for Nintendo. It was a Simpsons game. It was like Bart's Nightmare or something like that. And it was literally, you get into the game, and it's Bart's face, and he spins, and he's in a dream, in a nightmare. And there's little games that you have to play. And these games were the bane of our existence. We weren't very good at it, or it was really stupid hard. I don't remember what it was.
What was the name of the game?
I want to say it was Bart's Nightmare.
Okay. I'm going to have to look it up.
But we were talking about mini games, right? And like the first mini game was you had to throw tomatoes at your classmates, and it was brutally hard.
I remember it a little.
And then there was another one where you go down a slide and you have to like get through obstacles. There was another one that you play as Maggie and you have to swing from like a clothesline and also avoid obstacles and avoid falling and stuff. So that was the earliest.
Bart's Nightmare.
Bart's Nightmare, I think it was called. I don't remember. It was a shitty game.
That's the first. Right now, looking at the screen, like this is probably the first time you've thought about Bart's Nightmare in a long time.
Yeah.
It might bring back some bad memories, maybe some good ones.
Oh god, I'm having flashbacks.
You know what another really good party game is?
What's that?
Maybe even underrated, but kind of classic at the same time. Worms.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
That game was fun.
I love Worms, man.
Yeah.
It's such a simple concept. It stems back to those original games where you just had tanks on a mountain and you had to pick the trajectory and the velocity.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, like it's such a basic concept, but they built it up to be a little bit more interesting. A little bit more interesting, right? Like you can have 4 teams of 4 worms, and they take turns, and they basically try to kill each other on a map.
But you had to play, when I played it with my friends, we had to play it on one computer.
Yeah, and I've played it on consoles and whatnot. Yeah, my brother and I used to invent our own fun in that game. We'd pick a game mode where there was no time limit. We'd have infinite girders, which are these like slats that you could build in the air.
Okay.
And we'd turn off all guns except for grenades. We'd make an agreement that the first 5 turns, we wouldn't fight each other, and we would build bases in the air with these girders. And then once we had all of our worms in our 2 bases on either side, we would lob grenades back and forth and try to kill each other. That's part of, like, make your own fun. That's before the sandbox game allowed you to just do that on your own. We forced it.
Yeah.
Make your own fun.
That's awesome.
That was a good one, too. That was a good one.
Cool.
Wow. It's good stuff.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Party games, and what was the other one? The other one was...
Everybody talk.
Based on...
based on a movie, yes.
Yeah.
Lion King, guys.
Lion King.
So good.
God damn.
So good.
Brutal.
I
was going to say Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, that might have been better. It's not too late. Well, thank you for joining in.
Thanks, guys.
That was another episode of Hop Along Games Couch Co-op. If you want more of the same, we have other videos on our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Twitter. Someone make a bird sound. There you go.
That was
there it
good.
is.
Yeah,
not bad.
that was
Not
great.
bad. Or Patreon.
Patreon.
Someone make a Patreon sound. Yeah.
What
does that sound like? There you go. Yeah, that'll do. Where else are we? I mean, where are we right now?
Right now we're
We're in Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
shit,
Oh.
there he is.
I'm just here for the food.
My hero. Yeah, you don't care about him.
I don't care about him.
Feed me. Nice. So if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. But more importantly, give us a comment.
Yeah.
Tell us what you want to see us argue about.
I think today was pretty
Yeah,
pretty
it was
okay.
very
for us.
amicable.
We're okay.
we're
Yeah.
pretty good.
Lots of agreements today. I think we're okay.
In fact,
Can't
a lot of us
believe
go
you said that.
I'm just kidding.
Just
A lot
wait
of
till the
time-
cameras are off.
Yeah. Seriously, turn off the cameras.
Oh god.
Please don't turn off the cameras.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Ciao.
everyone.
It's a brand new day. We got new topics to discuss.
Yo, let's talk about fucking brand new.
Brand new? What?
Yes. Blooper reel.
Ah, it's so smelly.
Oh!
Sorry. Someone get a fan.
I have the best friends.
Look at these pipes.
What pipes?
Look at
The
these.
pipes, like the sewage
Look
pipes?
at these translucent pipes.
Let's compare.
I'm gonna put them just off screen so you can just imagine how huge these pipes are. Go!
What else do I do? How else do I do this?
Yoga flame. Yoga fire. You don't. Jesus.
What?
Okay, I'm stopping.
Oh, is it recording?
Yeah.